Welcome to For the Love of MSTR. I'm Mr. Moneybags, and today I'm going to give you the rundown of the U.S. economic calendar for January 27th through January 31st. After that, I'm going to give you interest rate cut projections according to the Fed Fund Watch tool. And lastly, I'm going to give you the earnings calendar for the week of January 27th through January 31st. Before we get started, I'm going to state our financial disclaimer. We are not financial advisors. Please trade at your own risk, and you can read our full description, our full financial disclaimer in the description of this video. With that being said, let's get started. On Monday, January 27, 10 a.m., we got new home sales. Tuesday, January 28, at 8:30, we got durable goods orders. We got durable goods minus transportation. At 9, we got S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index. At 10 a.m., we got consumer confidence. Wednesday, January 29th, at 8:30 a.m., we got advanced U.S. trade balance and goods. We got advanced retail inventories. We got advanced wholesale inventories. At 2 p.m., we got the interest rate decision for the Feds. At 2:30, Jerome Powell is going to have a press conference. So this is a real big one. They're going to they're going to tell us if they're going to cut interest rate or not, and they're going to do it or not. And Jerome Powell will get up and speak. The stock market could dip or it could go up. And I have some charts that I will get to, and just stay tuned for that. Thursday, 8:30 a.m., we got GDP. We also have initial jobless claims. 10 a.m., we got pending home sales. Friday, January 31st, we got employment cost index. It's all at 8:30. We got personal income. We got personal spending. And we got the PCE index, the PCE year over year. We got core PCE index and core PCE year over year. And the PCE inflation report is a important inflation report. It's one of the Fed's favorite inflation report, and they'll use this to see if we're getting closer to that 2% target rate for inflation. Okay, so this is the Fed Fund Watch tool. On January 29th, we have a 99.5% chance that there will not be an interest rate cut. In January 29th meeting coming up. So Jerome Powell will get up and talk about why they decided not to cut interest rate. We're assuming that they're not going to cut, and he'll answer a question from the reporters, and we'll see if the stock market dips. I think it most likely will dip. Just my opinion. I think it will probably dip the next day too. And I plan on not trading advice, but me personally, I'm saving my money. I plan on buying some stocks. I'm probably going to wait the day after, towards the end of the stock market trading day. And the reason why I'm doing this, according to the Bespoke Investment Group, on Fed days, on average, under Jerome Powell, the S&P 500 rose just 0.11%. Under Yellen, it rose 0.16%. Under Greenspan, the S&P rose 0.26%. So under Fed Chairman Bernanke, the S&P 500 rose 0.5%. It rose the most under Bernanke, and Powell is currently the worst. They also added that this stat is especially true the last hour of the trading day on Fed days. So usually on Fed days when Jerome Powell speaks, the stock market goes down, especially the last hour. March 19th, the projections 75.6% chance that there would not be a rate cut. May 7th, there is a 57.7% chance that there is not a rate cut. So we're getting closer, but no. June 18th, when we had that Fed day, we have a 34.2% chance that there will not be a rate cut. So most likely in June, we will have a rate cut. All right, in this video by CNBC, Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller was speaking on here, and I won't post it because I don't want to get flagged, but I will put it in the description of this video on my channel, You could watch it and give me your opinion. But I was listening to it, and this came out during the week of January 13th. The CPI data came out, the PPI data came out, and it was pretty good, in line with expectations, better than expected. And Christopher Waller got on here, and he was saying that if the data keeps getting better, we could have rate cuts within the first 6 months, like earlier than expected, than investors expect. Because most investors only expect, probably in June. Investors only expect to have two interest rate cuts during 2025. Christopher Waller is saying that it's possible to have three, maybe even four rate cuts, which is, he's very hawkish. Now he kept, saying that it just depending on the data, if it's in line with expectations, it's still going good. But it kind of leads me back to December when Jerome Powell was speaking and they had cut interest rate. And he kept saying we had to cut because interest rates were too restrictive. And I just wonder, is Jerome Powell, because his tenure is up in May of 2026, I wonder if he's hell bent on getting that 2% target of inflation before he's out of office. So, what do you think? You think they're only going to cut two times? Or do you think they're going to cut 3 to 4 times this year in 2025? All right, January 27th. This is the earnings calendar. January 27th, we have AT&T in the morning. And I'm just going to go through here. I'm not sure what, everybody is interested in. I'm just going to go over the big names. So not a whole bunch January 27th. We do have SoFi, which is in the morning, probably pre-market. Super Microcomputer in the afternoon, so probably after the market closes. All right, January 28th, going to go through, and you can see the companies that you like. I'm just going to state the big names, if there is any. All right, doesn't seem like much. We got Starbucks. Probably it's afternoon, so probably after the market closes. We got Cisco, pre-market. We got Boeing, pre-market. January 29th. All right, let's go through. We got ASML in the morning, pre-market. It's going to hit some of these big names, and you can look and see which ones that companies that you follow. So far not much, but we will get to the big names on this day. All right, we got IBM, post-market, Lam Research, post-market, Levi Strauss. That's just during market hours, and who knows, maybe pre-market. All right, the big names. Meta, and that is post-market. Microsoft, post-market. We got Navient, pre-market. Novo Nordisk, pre-market. And do we have any more? Yes, we do. We got Tesla, post-market. T-Mobile, pre-market. And Whirlpool, post-market. January 30th. We got Apple, post-market. See what else we got. We got Caterpillar, pre-market. We got Comcast, pre-market. We got Dow, pre-market. All right, let's see what else. Some people may follow. I think it's KLAC, I believe, post market. All right, we got MasterCard pre market. And then, okay, we got Shell pre market, Series XM pre market, Southwest Airlines pre market. All right, we got Tractor Supply pre market, and UPS pre market, and Valero Energy in pre market, and Visa post market. All right, January 31st, Friday, we got Chevron pre market, Exxon pre market. We got Novartis pre market, Phillips 66 pre market. And that is it for Friday. So it's short. So I thank y'all for watching all the way to the end. If you find any value in this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share it with others. Peace out.